Hello everybody, my name is Benjamin Bloom. Welcome to Shepherd's Bush for the Championship Preview. I am a stone's throw from QPR. At the moment, we're in the car and I thought I'd get the preview out of the way and done before I go and get some food. So we had half of the Championship games last night. We've got half tonight. We're in the middle of a 3-game week. Very, very difficult to keep up. So here's my ideas on tonight's games, just to say good wins for Leeds and Fulham at the top last night. Important Cardiff in that third quartile and Luton down the bottom there, both winning as well. Tonight, our highest ranked game is West Brom versus Bristol City. West Brom in second, Bristol City dropped to 7th now. As I say, Leeds went past West Brom up to the top of the league last night. Leeds recorded their 4th straight win. Can West Brom now respond in turn with their 4th straight win of their own? They were a bit hamstrung on Saturday without Sawyers and Livermore both obviously accumulating yellow cards and a 1-match ban. They both come back, so you would assume they both go straight in, which will give Bilic a selection headache. Semi Ajayi has played since the start of the season. He stepped into midfield on Saturday to cover, which let Hegazi, who started the season injured, back in next to Bartley. Would Bilic be loyal to Ajayi and stick him straight back and put Hegazi on the bench? Or will he go with the more experienced player? Will he even drop Bartley? Who knows what he'll do, but he's got 3 centre-halves and he can only play 2 of them in the system that he's been using for most of the season. Gibson Ferguson are both available at fullback. And does Robson Kanu keep going up front? He's sort of dispossessed Austin and Zahor of that shirt. I would have thought he was behind them in terms of the pecking order there, in terms of who I thought would have that place, but he's done well. Maybe he keeps his place. Good motivation striker-wise when you've got one who's kind of worked their way in. So I think it quite possible that he could keep going there. Bristol City, they're going to have Thomas Callas back. He made his comeback. I saw the game actually at Barnsley, and then tendinitis, out he goes again. Makes a real difference when he's there, just in terms of Championship, big, strong, and stands out as being good on the ball at this level as well. Imagine they'd kept Callas and Webster. That would have been quite the centre-half pairing, wouldn't it? But I think the Webster money might have paid for Callas. So he comes back. Maybe Casey Palmer gets in tonight, being it's a 3-game week and he has missed 2. You're looking for Vyman and Jeju. Jeju kind of played himself in and then got a red card and a suspension. They need to form a good partnership and get the goals in Benik Afobe's absence. Bristol City are 5 unbeaten. There's 3 draws in there. It's been too many draws across the board for Bristol City. They would take one tonight, and I think they might possibly get one. I know West Brom haven't been ultra convincing at home, and there was that week where Charlton and Barnsley both turned up and took points from them. Let's go for much of the same. Bristol City to continue being the drawingest team in the league. West Brom to make a couple of changes. Should be stronger, but Bristol City is a strong team that will be hard to play against. So let's not go for the predictable West Brom win. Let's go for a draw in this one. Game number 2 is Hull versus Preston. 1 defeat. You play on the second day and Preston are down to 4th spot. They'd kind of powered their way into 2nd place, but that defeat against Derby on Saturday doing for them. At the moment, Ben Davies also got hurt at them, so maybe Story comes in to replace him. Alex Neil, of all the managers in the league, has rotated very, very well. Looks like he's kind of established his best team with Stockley, the big guy, up front, and sort of Maguire, Barkhausen, Johnson, Pearson, Gallagher. That looks to be the strongest team, although Gallagher didn't start on Saturday, so maybe he comes in. There's Ledson there as well. Bodin, Potts. So he can freshen this up, being as it is a 3-game week, but he's going away from home off the back of defeat. I think he'll probably go strong. If you are Hull, it's 1 point in the last 2, although coming back from 2-0 down against Boro, they would have taken that at half time. Down to 15th after that 3-game winning streak. Jared Bowen is ever in brilliant form. He seems to carry this team week after week. Josh McGuinness is now available. Does Tom Eaves get a rest? McCann seems to want a big guy up top. We will see. I like Bowen in the 10 position. I like Bowen down the right. I like Bowen in the 9 position as well. He's just very, very good. Grzycki quiet on Saturday. Sunday even. He owes them a performance. This is a hard one to call. I don't want to sit on the fence and go for a draw. I want to go for a decisive result, even though it may not be. Let's go for a Preston slip. Goodness me. Let's go for Hull's individual star power to win them this game. I don't know why I'm going for that. Doesn't seem to make much sense, but I will go for it anyway. Preston to have a little slide after their brilliant run, being as they're going away, and those wide players can't destroy anyone. I'll probably be 0 for 2 on this one. Finding these ones hard to call. QPR, I'm here. 12th versus Forest in 6th. Hopefully this is 5-all and I see the game of the season. I joke about 5-all. Forest did draw 5-all at Villa last season, didn't they? 7 points in the last 3 for Forest, so they're in nice form. They could go third. It's not going to happen because that required them to win by 6 goals and Preston to lose. But you take my point, they could draw level on points with Preston with a defeat here. Oh, am I talking about West Brom? No, I'm talking about Preston. Oh no, I can't memorise the league table. Ryan Yates, he's suspended after that horrific tackle at the weekend at Bristol City. Ribeiro out with a knee. So Lamouchi's been very stable in his selection, so we assume everything else other than those guys would be the same. Rangers have Jeff Cameron back. There seems to be an idea that Warburton wants to now sadly take out some of the 3 brilliant youngsters. Eze, Chair and Bright. Samuel, you'd assume Eze, he's been so good, will be the one that retains his place. He kind of put Amos and Ball in. Needs it a bit more solid. The defensive record's been so bad, so it looks like the idea is get Wells and Hugel on the pitch with Eze, and the rest of the team can defend, or can't defend, as the case has been. 32 goals against so far. They could do with a clean sheet. Do you know what? He'd even take a 0-0 Warburton against his former club. Forest are quite tight, so I don't expect many goals in this. Why have I come? Deary me, why have I come here? Do you know what? I think Forest might snatch this by 1 goal. Like a 0-1, a Lamouchi win. Let's call it that. An away win, and QPR's bad run continues. I think they're 5 without a win, aren't they? Rangers. Blackburn versus Brentford. Brentford are on fire points-wise. Win-win-win, loss, win-win. So 15 points in the last 6 games is outstanding form. Norgard will be back after suspension. I noticed Jensen got in and provided the assist for Watkins. So you'd assume Norgard will come in as the holder. Whether Jensen can retain his place in that midfield 3, I'm not sure. It was Makocho and Norgard and De Silva last time I saw him. So maybe Jensen drops back down to the bench and Norgard comes straight in. Janvier suspended. He won't be around at the back. Pinnock, I would assume, will be in there with Big Janssen. And while there's Mbuemo, Watkins and Ben Rama up the top there, you have a chance, don't you? Blackburn, they've forged a couple of home wins recently from unenviable positions. Barnsley came back twice and they were behind against Sheffield Wednesday, weren't they? Stuart Downing's pushing for a place after coming off the bench and scoring. Sam Gallagher can't get going. He might be the fall guy, but he needs a run and he needs to score some goals. They've invested money the past 2 seasons in Brereton and Gallagher, and it hasn't really worked out yet for either player. Blackburn have been good at home, but I just like the idea of Brentford here getting their 6th win in 7. Let's go for an away win, although we know Rovers are being capable of being solid and Brentford are capable of being Brentford and flaky, so we'll see on that one. Sheffield Wednesday versus Birmingham. Bit of needle in this one. Wednesday 9th, Birmingham 16th. Gary Monk really going after the disloyal Pep Clotet. It's those two meeting in the dugouts tonight. Look out for a handshake and a phony smile here. Liam Palmer got himself suspended, didn't he? Crazy tackle at the end there, so Odebajo would come in. Kieran Westwood's hurt his shoulder, so Cameron Dawson will play. Otherwise, you know, you expect to see Fletcher and Reach and Bannon and Lees and Hutchinson, and the normal faces for Gary Monk should be fairly solid there. Birmingham, 1 point in the last 3, not good. Harley Dean got himself suspended, didn't he, at the end at Cardiff. Truman, the Truman Show has come in to replace Lee Camp. A few Birmingham subscribers I've got think that is not before time. It was a 4-2-3-1, so we'll see if they go with the same system. So no direct partner from Jutkovic, trying to get Bella and Magoma supporting. And I think Gary Monk stoked it up. I think he's going to get the win in this one. Birmingham just a little bit too flaky on the road, aren't they? I think that draw came after 7 defeats, possibly an 8. I could be making that stat up, but I know it is a bad run. Let's talk... probably the biggest game of the day, actually, is Boro versus Barnsley, because it's 22nd versus 24th. Barnsley are 5 points adrift at the bottom, only on 9 points. And Boro in 22nd will be looking to get out. They can pull Wigan and Luton below them, despite Luton's win last night. And it's the question now, if you're a Barnsley fan, are you going to be this year's Ipswich? If you lose this game, are you going to have a really horrific uphill struggle? It'll be a long way back, especially with Stoke picking up points recently as well. I know they lost at Cardiff last night. Obviously, Marvin Johnson's going to be banned for 3 games and might struggle to get back in after that lack of discipline against Hull. Otherwise, you'd assume they'll stick with the 3-5-2. Assombalonga was really good on Saturday, so he'll fancy a goal tonight, won't he? Helm is injured for Barnsley. Remember Gerhard Struber, it'll be his 2nd game. Can he get a win and really start a move up the table? I don't think he can. I think this is going to be Boro's night. They haven't won in what seems forever, and I think they can do it tonight. Woodgate, he needs a win. I'll go for a Boro win, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's a massively unhelpful draw. So that is the size of it. I'll get this uploaded now because it is 5:40 already, so this hopefully should be up by 6 o'clock. You guys will all be able to see all the teams by 6:45, so please hit me up in the comments with your predictions ahead of the game. Remember, I can see what time they come through on YouTube, so don't cheat and do them after the event. I will obviously be around after the game doing the QPR Forest review, so I've called a tight win for Forest, but I'm hoping we get a little bit more than that, and it's a real exciting game down here in Shepherd's Bush. Follow me on Twitter at Benjamin Bloom. Ring the bell, subscribe for notifications, all of that good stuff. And I will see you after this game for a review of that, and we'll do the full review. We'll try and go live stream tomorrow, and then we'll be previewing again on Friday. God, it never ends in a 3-game week. And with that in mind, my head hurts and I need some food. Over and out.